What do you got for me?
Let's talk about nuclear energy.
Nuclear families?
Yeah, we can get into that. Nuclear energy and like radiation scares the shit out of me.
It's scary.
You can't see it, and then it just melts you.
You want to see what's melting you, ideally, I think.
Yeah,
if you're gonna get melted, it's like,
and the sun gives you cancer, but it also gives us life.
it's kind of like a yin-yang thing.
The 2 bombs that were dropped on Japanese people, they were like the equivalent of like 15,000 tons of TNT, which is nothing to sniff at.
I can't say I'm well-versed on, like, units of TNT deadliness, but that is a large...
It's a lot of TNT. Those are the only 2 bombs that have ever been dropped on people. But a bunch of bombs have been developed that were like just tested and stuff. And so the biggest bomb ever was in Russia, of course, in the 60s. It was called the Tsar bomb. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's TSAR.
I think so, yeah.
And it was 50 megatons of TNT.
50 megatons of TNT?
Fucking gargantuan. I think the mushroom cloud went into space.
Space mushroom.
The pilot who dropped the bomb had a 50-50 chance of surviving it. If they had dropped it in like New York City, the whole city done. Like 8 million people instantly gone. Not just exploded, vaporized. Like their molecules just no longer fucking exist.
First of all, apologies to my 8th grade history teacher, too. How many people died in Japan?
50,000?
Oh.
Maybe? Let me give it a goog.
Oh, dude. Absolutely goog that.
Ooh, I way underestimated.
That's really...
The 2 bombings killed between...
really terrible news.
They killed between 129,000 and 226,000. That's a very large window. Probably because of like after effects of radiation, they can't really judge how many people. But still, I said 50,000. I way undershot that.
Dying in that way would be insane. You just go away. You're just the air. Like you can't be found. Like
30 years later, Japan was one of the like biggest economies in the world. Like how they turned around so quickly is astonishing.
Well, a lot of that was U.S. intervention.
Probably because we felt a little bit bad. A little bit bad,
yeah. But yeah, after World War II, that's a big thing. That's a big thing with German engineering as well, is there was so much U.S. aid. Or at least this is what I learned from my 8th grade history teacher. So...
And the technological advancements, if they were also keeping up with the Joneses, keeping up with the bomb production.
The global Joneses.
The bombs today could probably just like change the course of like Earth's rotation.
I mean, that was kind of the core of the whole mutually assured destruction thing for like the Cold War or something. Knowing that just the end of the world would be able to happen even then if the full power had been.
If we go to war with China because they made COVID to kill Americans.
When we go to war.
Then we're done. All the elites are going to be inside bunkers in the Ozark Mountains, and we're all done.
Underneath the Denver airport or something?
I was watching some show hosted by Jesse the Body Ventura, and he was talking about FEMA underground camps that the elites have access to where there's entrances into mountains, but no exits.
FEMA underground. FUMA.
But they have like underground bunkers, and that's where all the elites in Washington and whatnot and all the QAnon people are going to go into these mountains. Yeah. And then when China bombs us and we bomb them and all that, and the world just ends, 16 people are going to be alive.
Is that the official? You'd think they would have made it a little bigger. You only need 16 people. That's kind of what they say. Yeah. I think that's in Thomas Paine or Hobbes.
Who's that?
Oh, just guys.
If you're going to trust anybody, it better be Jesse Ventura.
I feel like I've seen that nuclear energy is ideally, like way more efficient and safer than fossil fuels and stuff. But yeah, because of the main disasters.
It's the risk-reward.
It's the risk-reward, but I think also, I don't want to be too conspiratorial about it, but I feel like there's probably a lot of successful lobbying against nuclear energy indirectly for like fossil fuels.
People who are born or grow up near nuclear energy plants never look good.
Isn't that where you were born and raised? Wasn't there like a failed nuclear plant in a certain city roughly 25 miles northwest of here.
I never knew that.
I believe that I mean, I don't think there was like an accident or something, but I think it like lost funding.
Yeah. Instead of doing that, they just started developing Agent Orange.
I think it was going to be an addition to the Agent Orange.
Oh, okay. That lab is buried now it's a parking lot.
Yeah, that probably explains my freakishly huge head.
It's just one more thing you have in common with the Viet Cong.
And speaking of long lists,
I feel so bad for Vietnam vets. Like they served their country and then they came home and were just called baby rapists and like murderers, and because people weren't for the war, so they didn't support the troops that were forced to go over there.
Yeah, that really seems really misguided. Like that always did surprise me. It was almost kind of unbelievable for me, and like all the depictions about it and hearing about it. Like you were forced to go.
Yeah,
and you can't like leave.
Well, and a lot of them just came home and had PTSD and therapy issues.
Yeah,
but there
exactly.
was one
That's what I'm
guy.
saying.
There's one guy I heard about that he started a shrimping company called Bubba Gump Shrimp. So he did good when he left the Vietnam War. So he's fine.